wanted to ask you, well, before I forget, you know the anniversary picture that has Lassie and
Yes, the
the
famous
other
one.
thing that I'm so fascinated. First, I'm fascinated by the fact that there were so few people under contract. You'd think there were hundreds, but there weren't. And he had the grandfather, just like the way he used to cast the Andy Hardy movies. He had the teenagers. You see, he had Dean Stockwell.
Well,
He had the children.
it was a stock company at MGM, and they had everything, including the dogs. Now you remember those wonderful pictures that you're referring to. The first one I wasn't in, and I don't think Janet was in. The second one I was in with the women of sort of my age, Catherine Grayson and Ava and Lana and all those people. But the first one, I don't think they had a lot of those people in it. They were different stars.
Well, did you ever play in a movie with Mickey Rooney?
No, I wasn't fortunate enough to get that honor.
But he was such a huge star there, and as Roddy said, but he wasn't a baby star. He was an adolescent star.
That's right. He was a teenager star. And he became at one point the highest paid actor and the number one actor over Gable at one year. He came in the number one star.
Did you know him when he married Ava? Did you
Oh,
know
yes,
him?
I always knew Mickey. I just never worked with Mickey.
Right.
Mickey was adorable. He was so cute.
Koch said that Ava Gardner was the only person who could come late to the set, and he said she'd come up behind you and grab you, and then you just couldn't be angry because she was so stunning that you couldn't even get the words out to say you're late.
Ava Gardner was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. Just naturally beautiful. Even without makeup, she was beautiful.
Do you have any idea why she left Hollywood? Do you think she just wanted to take her money and enjoy her life?
I think so. She liked a good time. And when she went to Spain, she so fell in love with Spain she didn't want to come back. And she'd had a very unhappy marriage with Frank Sinatra. And Frank loved her very, very much. And when she went over there, she met Dominguin, the great bullfighter, Mario Cabret, who was another bullfighter. She just got, I think, caught up in the mystique of Spain and Europe, and she just never wanted to come back.
And did Mayer try to lure her back?
Well, she did a couple of pictures over there. The Barefoot Contessa was one, and I think, I'm not sure whether it was Flying Dutchman, but did a couple of pictures in Europe. I know it was Barefoot Contessa. But she got so carried away with Spain. She loved a good time, and she loved the flamenco dancers, and she loved the entire lifestyle. I mean, they never had lunch before 2. They never had dinner before 9 or 10. And then they stayed up till 5 in the morning because it was so bloody hot. Then they'd go to bed and they'd sleep during the hot hours. They'd get up around 2, go out and have lunch between 2:30 and 3. It was her lifestyle that she fell in love with,
Did they have a double for you at MGM?
Oh, yes, we all had stand-ins.
And what kind of things did they do? Did they do just
Lighting. Stand-ins always did the lighting.
Did they ever do dangerous things that you didn't?
Yes, they would have to move, and sort of they couldn't dance like I did, but they would have to move up and down stairs or jump on a table or for the cameraman, for the lighting. They did pretty much the movements, but they couldn't do the tapping, but they did pretty much the movements.
Right.
Well, fortunately, I had a commodity. I could dance. And when you have something to sell, a lot of these young ladies, they had boobs and they had fannies. And they were all cut out of the same cookie cutter, all blonde mostly. If you didn't have an outstanding talent, singing or dancing or a great actress, then you were trapped with the wolves. And if you wanted to play the couch game, you could become a star, but oh, what a price you'd have to pay. Fortunately for me, knock on wood, I had a very strict mother who watched everything I did, and I never had any problem with the wolves. And I think you told me you're going to interview Lillian Burns. I think she'll back that up.